In 1991, police found a bleeding child wandering the streets of Milwaukee. They walked him back to his attacker's apartment and left. That child was dead within the hour, and the man responsible had already killed 12 people before anyone stopped him.
Smell, strange sound. Oh, nobody came.
His neighbors knew something was wrong. They called police multiple times. Nobody came. Behind that door was a shrine built from human skulls, photographs of dismembered bodies, and a man who had been killing for 13 years. His name was Jeffrey Dahmer. And the most disturbing part of this story isn't what he did. It's how many times the system failed to stop. Jeffrey Dahmer was born in 1960 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On the surface, quiet neighborhood, regular school, normal childhood. But underneath, something was shifting. His parents' marriage was volatile and collapsing. As a child, he was fascinated by dead animals, collecting bones, dissecting roadkill. By high school, he was showing up drunk to class. Nobody intervened. Nobody looked closer. And by the time anyone paid attention, it was already too late. Here's what most people get wrong about Dahmer. He didn't kill because he enjoyed death. He killed because he couldn't stand to be left alone. Psychologists who evaluated him identified one core fear driving everything, and that he didn't want victims, he wanted companions, people who would never leave. And when he couldn't control that, he found another way to make them stay. That's what makes this case different, and so much harder to process. Between 1978 and 1991, Dahmer killed 17 people. He targeted young men, predominantly Black and Latino, at bars, bus stops, and shopping malls. He offered them money, company, a place to go. Once inside his apartment, he drugged their drinks, and when they were unconscious, he made sure they never left. He kept photographs. He built a shrine from the skulls of his victims inside a normal apartment in a normal building on a normal street. While neighbors complained about the smell, May 27, 1991, 14-year-old Konarak Simone escaped. He made it outside, bleeding, disoriented, barely conscious. Neighbors found him and called 911 immediately. Police arrived. And Dahmer, calm, composed, convincing, told them Konarak was his adult boyfriend, that it was a domestic dispute. The officers walked that child back into the apartment and left. 2 of those officers were later fired. Konarak was killed that same night. He was Dahmer's 13th victim, and he had made it out. July 22, 1991. Tracy Edwards escaped. He ran into the street with handcuffs still dangling from his wrist, flagged down a police car, and led officers back to apartment 213. Inside, they found the photographs, dismembered bodies, carefully documented. When investigators processed the apartment, they found skulls in the closet, preserved organs in the refrigerator, a 57-gallon drum of dissolved remains, and a Polaroid collection that documented every single victim. Dahmer pleaded guilty but insane. The jury didn't believe him. 15 counts of murder, convicted on every single one. 957 years in prison. Later, a 16th life sentence for his first murder in Ohio. Judge said the crimes were so depraved that no legal framework felt adequate. Jeffrey Dahmer never served a full year of his sentence. On November 28, 1994, he was beaten to death by a fellow inmate. He was 34 years old. His fellow inmate later said, Dahmer showed no remorse. Not once. 17 people lost their lives, over 13 years. And the question that investigators, journalists, and families have asked ever since is not just, how did he do it? But how did so many people see the warning signs and do nothing? A bleeding child was handed back to his killer. Neighbors reported the smell for months. And Dahmer walked free until one man escaped with handcuffs on his wrist. This case isn't just about a monster. It's about every moment the system looked away. Part 2, the victims, their names, their stories, coming next. And like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss it, Tad.